Hello, 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 and welcome to the Rag Company Podcast. I'm Dane Hennen. To my right, Levi Gates.
Oh, yeah.
Across from me, Anthony Fisher.
Hey, hey.
And to my left, Morgan McMurry.
Hello.
Luckily, the Irish be with you all.
Yeah. Well, Speaking of that, how was everybody's weekend? Why don't we go around the horn, just get right into
You
it?
want me to start?
Yeah,
You want
go
to
for
get
it.
into it. We're diving in.
Let's get in.
Yeah.
Let's get in deep.
We're not
Yeah.
wasting any time.
Well, we had a great week with Bob and Dave and Rennie and all those guys, so that was fun. It was a quick, easy trip. We'll talk about it more later.
Yeah.
But we rolled into Friday night. I am finished. I still was on that red short box or long bed square body Chevy pickup.
You've been
Yeah.
on that one for a while.
Yeah, but I've been pacing myself because my physical limitations. I can't throw down for multiple hours on a panel anymore.
Yeah.
So I've been doing it, an hour a night kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I still had the hood, the roof, and the tailgate left to finish. So that was kind of what I did. So Friday night I worked on that. I had to wet sand the whole hood
Oh, wow.
with 3000 grit.
Yeah. Machine or by hand?
Well, I did it by hand to test it.
Yeah.
I did a small little one, like little 6-inch by 6-inch section, just wet sanded it to see, and then hit it with the polisher.
Yeah.
Because I threw my machine on top, and I literally could not cut the oxidation that was on there. It was so bad. So I wet sanded it to try and create more of a cut, and then I put my machine back on there with a clean pad, and it was able to polish out really well. And so I was like, oh, okay, this is what I got. So that I didn't plan on spending 2 hours on it.
Yeah.
That night, but I did, and I got the hood done. And then, so that was Friday night. Saturday, we had Hadley's birthday party. Also, Friday night, did Morgan stop by and picked up the little iBrid,
Yeah.
so she could do
Nice.
some stuff. So she swung by my house.
So she got to see the Master
She got
of
to see the
Shine,
Master of Shine
Ah.
HQ.
the den, the HQ,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah, the
So-
MOS HQ.
And you show
I like
her,
to call it.
you show... Did you show her your
Shine Q.
any of your solution packages, like your air compressor?
No, I didn't. I
2.0?
should have. It was available on the site.
Yeah.
I mean, this side of my
Yeah.
garage.
Yes.
Inside. And then I also did have my pressure wash solution available as well. But again, it's just tucked away, out of sight.
Well, how was your experience at the HQ, Morgan? Do you like it?
I did love it. They had actually some tiny helpers there. They had some elves.
One was wearing a Taekwondo outfit.
Yes.
Oh,
I was very
So,
afraid.
yeah.
Customer service was on point.
Yeah. I had a corgi running around. Watson was, the shop dog for the MOS HQ.
Best
Yeah.
part.
He was there, as well as the shop cat Sherlock was kind of wandering as
Yeah.
well. So
Well, it seems like the MOS HQ is really expanding into something.
it
something
was a
wonderful.
destination
Okay.
place.
Yeah.
People come. I had a
From
gentleman
all over.
Well, I had a gentleman at this Thanksgiving who was in town who reached out and said, "I'd love to take a tour of the facility."
Yeah.
And so I said, "Yeah, not a problem." And that was at the time when I had John Francie of the Sticker Mafia's 800 horsepower truck sitting in my shop. And so I did provide a training session
Wow.
for a bit,
Wow.
as well as an expansive tour of the facility.
I didn't even know you were offering those.
I
And
do it on the side. I mean, if you're in the Boise area and you're looking to,
Right.
take a look, we are appointment only.
It's like a 5-minute tour.
And I know that you
Yeah.
guys were shipping via, I believe it was USPS, right?
No,
Via the mailbox?
Sometimes, sometimes the mailbox. Sometimes it's the actual postal service storefront.
I
Like I have to
Okay.
take it in.
I don't know
But
what you would be shipping, but I like that.
sometimes people ask for things, rocks,
Rock.
pieces of wood from
Yeah.
I've got
the HQ.
it's memorabilia.
Yeah.
It's memorabilia
Yeah.
stuff that.
Anything that they can do. To
Yeah.
remember
So
the
this weekend,
experience.
one thing I did this morning though was I ordered a new piece of equipment for the HQ.
Oh, wow.
It's a 7-quart freezer.
Wow, okay.
So I can put popsicles and things like
Towels.
that, towels in the I don't want to put them in the freezer, but
Yeah.
popsicles, extra meat, things of that nature, frozen food, in case I'm hungry.
Okay.
I'll
This
have
is just
access.
on job, this is
Well,
MOS HQ.
yeah.
Will there be a
supplies.
Yeah.
microwave also?
That's inside the complex.
Okay.
So
Compound.
yeah, she didn't get a tour of the compound. She only
Right,
got a
right.
tour of the the main hub.
I see.
My shipping facility, my detail training center, if you will.
I mean,
Well,
you
were
think the rag
how were
company's
the parking
impressive.
accommodations over there?
It wasn't.
Was it low car friendly?
It was.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And there was plenty of room. We probably could have fit another 5 cars in there. My parents showed up.
They did.
Wow.
So that was nice. They were there to also check it out.
Yep.
Cool. This was a party.
They played with the kids for a little bit. But no, so Friday I got that done. Saturday we had Hadley's birthday party. So 7, 8-year-old girls descended upon
tearing up the house. Yeah.
descended upon the house for 2 hours.
Probably didn't have a whole lot of peace and quiet for a while.
No, it was noisy, but it went by fast,
and
it was fun. And then Saturday night, after they went and left, after all the kids left, I told Carly I need to get the truck done. And I had a car scheduled that day, but thankfully they forgot, and it was a friend of ours, and I wasn't, with everything going on, I should have probably sent her a text message earlier in the week and said, hey, just a friendly reminder. But it worked out because her husband was on call at the hospital the whole day, and so she was like, it worked out well. So we're going to reschedule for April.
For the people who are wondering, what kind of truck was it exactly? Because I know there's going to be some people who are fans.
It was an 84 Chevy Custom Deluxe C10 or K10 that my buddy bought. It was red. It's a 4-speed truck, so it's not all that desirable. Rubber floors, vinyl seat, manual windows. Like it was a low optioned truck, but it's straight. It has no rust. And it's in red, which is a very unique. They didn't do that.
You don't see them
They didn't
very
do a
often
lot of
like
square
that.
bodies in solid red without doing two-tone.
Yeah.
And it's factory color, so the dash is red and
Cool.
all that. So it's actually a pretty neatly optioned truck in that sense for being a bare bones model.
Well, it was like chalky single stage. When you got
it was
really.
pink. But my buddy he's the manager of the Les Schwab here on Broadway. And he lifted it, put a 4-inch lift and 35s, and put GM Rally wheels on it. So it's actually a pretty dope looking truck.
Yeah.
He's going to put in a spray-in bed liner. He's going to do full paint touch-up on it and have all the chips gone over. And then he's putting on a bug guard. And it's going to be a really nice truck when it's done.
Well, square bodies are kind of coming in vogue now, too.
Yeah, and he's going to do the top caps of the bed in bed liner as well. He's going to have the bed liner come over. So it'll be a really pretty truck when it's done.
Is he going to sell it to Carly after that?
Carly really wants that truck bad. Like it's sitting in our garage. She has fallen completely head over heels for it. Yeah. So I am on the hunt. So I'm probably going to be putting the little red truck up for sale.
Oh.
Okay.
Going to move into
and the scooter.
Oh,
and the scooter. Okay.
We've been talking about getting rid of both.
You could actually do a combo package where you could put the scooter in the back of the red truck.
Perfect. It fits perfectly. You can close the bed and it fits perfectly in the back.
You could sell that.
I could.
You could sell as a combo package.
It's a summer combo, Morgan.
Yeah.
You're looking for a daily driver. This gets you 2 daily drivers.
Yeah. You could have 2. You could have a scooter that actually moves, and it's pretty quick.
It moves. It's really quick, but it does get speed wobbles.
Oh, yeah.
Those tires do not.
Those are not safe.
Those little tires at that speed.
You know what? I got Liz's new vehicle for Liz.
Nice.
We're going to get Liz set up with that and the red truck.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's an automatic, so she'll be able to drive it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
But yeah,
thinking
so
ahead.
Saturday night I thrashed till I finished it. I worked on it until about 9 o'clock. Got the roof done, got the back half done. I had to do a second step on the whole truck to get it done. And I left the tailgate because it was going to be easy. And then Sunday, no, I did that on Saturday too. I finished the tailgate. So I got the whole truck mostly done. And then on Sunday, I did the windows, dressed the tires. Was it Saturday? Sunday, I didn't do anything. Sunday, the truck was gone. Saturday, I finished everything by 5. So I worked on it from 1 to 5 and got the rest of the truck. So yeah, sorry, guys. I literally finished. I'm tired.
What products were you using to work on it? Because
Last
some
Cut.
people are going to be curious. Okay.
I used Last Cut for majority of it. And then I did a little product testing with some other products and I had some great success with and others that I didn't. But but Last Cut and
it's such a
Rupes,
reliable.
I used the Rupes wool with that on most of the truck. That was the majority of it.
How did your pads look after you finished?
They're gross. Everything in my garage, I swear my garage is covered in red paint everywhere.
Yeah, I saw it.
My bikes are covered. My shoes.
Should have masked everything off like a Dexter.
There's like a pink haze.
Yeah, I should have. I mean, every time you'd blow the pad out, it would go up the wall. It would go like it was just bad. It made a mess. And that's the one thing people don't seem to understand. But oxidized paint makes a mess, And if you think about it in terms of like a normal detail shop and you're doing clear coated vehicles, technically your detail shop is just as dirty, only it's
you
clear.
Just can't see it.
You can't see it.
Yeah.
It's weird when you realize that's how much material comes off of the vehicles. You don't realize it until you do single stage. Like
you're breathing it in.
Oh, it's a lot. I had some red boogers. I don't deny that. But yeah, so got all that done Saturday, and then Sunday delivered it back to him. Got paid for it. Picked up the Elantra because I had parked it there.
Yeah.
The Elantra got winter changeover done on it while it was over at Les Schwab.
Ooh, cool.
Also purchased 2 new wheels for the front because they had been curbed.
Yeah. It was affecting the overall appearance of the
it was
high performance machine.
Yeah. So I thought, well, let's buy 2 more wheels. They're inexpensive, so it didn't wasn't too bad. Picked up the Elantra, and then Carly and I just went shopping yesterday afternoon. My mom offered to take the kids, and so we thought, well, maybe we'll go see a movie. We thought about seeing Apollo 11 at IMAX.
Yeah.
But we couldn't get over there and drop the kid and all that stuff in time.
Yeah.
But so we went shopping for new fridges.
Ooh.
So we're looking at a new fridge, and then I said I'd also like to get a freezer, so I bought the freezer today. I found a really great deal. But this is the thing that, like, I will say the underlying current for this entire weekend that sucked, and Morgan, I had told you this when you came over, but Augie has his GS, his glucose monitor that's on his arm. Constant CGM, constant glucose monitor. So it's embedded in his arm. It plugs in. Every 3 days we switch arms, and it has a little sensor that we pull out and put into the other port when we swap ports on his arm. It went down for no reason on Thursday morning. So Carly called Dexcom that morning and said, need to get this monitor sent over. And they said, they said, basically they put her on hold. Yeah. They said, we will give you a call back. So she goes, okay, that'd be great. 7:00 on Thursday night, she gets through to them. She calls them again, gets through magically, and they go, yeah, what can we do for you? She's like, I've been waiting for a call back. I never got one today. I need to get this new piece sent. And it's under warranty. So when there's an issue like that, they send out a new one. Yeah. What they don't do is ever give you 2 as a backup.
God forbid one extra winds up in there.
So they go, oh my gosh, okay, sorry, we'll get that, we'll get it all done. Shoot, you missed the cutoff for next day. We can't get it to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
We can try and get it to you Saturday. So Carly's like, okay, that sucks.
I like how you missed it, not them.
Yeah, they said that. They were like, 10 minutes earlier, you could have got it.
Wow,
right?
like 10 hours earlier, and you could have.
Yeah, 10 hours. If you guys would have called me back when I called you this morning. So she was frustrated about that. So she basically told them, fine, Saturday works. Okay. Yeah. So then Friday afternoon, she gets an email from tracking info from FedEx that says, your package has now been delayed until Monday at 8 p.m. Right? This is a medical item that was guaranteed to be overnighted to us.
Yeah.
On Friday to be overnighted on Saturday. Then FedEx comes through and goes, oh, actually, it's going to be delayed until Sunday, right? Or Monday. Yeah. So Carly calls them on Saturday evening when she got that post on Friday after the birthday party. She calls them Saturday night while I'm working on the truck, or Saturday afternoon. And she goes, I just want to know why you guys felt it was necessary, like why you can't get an item to me, and why did FedEx do this? And I'd like to be, this doesn't help. And they basically said, that's because we actually didn't ship it. It didn't actually leave our facility until Saturday.
Dude.
Carly's like, what? And the guy goes, yeah, actually, it looks like it got picked up here Saturday at like 2:00. So they didn't even send it out on Friday like they said they would, right? So that pissed her off. So she's like, so now
They're really passing the
now
buck
it's really coming
constantly.
On Monday. What people don't seem to understand, the reason I'm bitching about this is the CGM allows Augie to only have 2 finger pricks a day. We do 1 in the morning for calibration where we poke his finger, and 1 at night right before he goes to bed. So he only has to get 2 fingers poked a day. Mm-hmm. So every day we can kind of alternate and pick these 2 fingers or these 2 fingers or those 2. We can kind of go. So they have time to heal. What happened, though, is because now from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, Augie has to deal with finger pokes. 6 to 8 finger pokes a day. He's got 10 fingers and he's 4 years old. And his fingers are super, super tiny. To the point that yesterday, when I was looking at his fingers, I had to ask him, which one doesn't hurt? And he sat for a second and he touched them all, and then he was like, this one feels okay. And he handed me his little finger and said, you can poke that one.
Yeah.
And then when I was looking at his hands last night while he was in the tub, he's got bruising on him because of how many times we've had to poke him over the last 5 days.
Yeah.
So that's the frustrating part,
is
that this tool is designed to lessen the pain that he has to go through every day.
Right.
Yeah.
But to be 4 years old and have all your fingertips poked 3 or 4 times a day,
it's just not
like
good.
it's not good. And the fact that nobody cared, everybody was like, hey, what's going on? Sorry. Like, they didn't call us back when they needed to. They didn't get it shipped out when they needed to. And he has to deal with that. Plus the added cost of test strips for us.
Yeah.
Because we have to buy test strips. So now we've gone through, 30, 40 test strips, which would have lasted us well into, 2 months worth. We've had to burn in 4 days. So,
yeah,
and those are not cheap.
No.
Especially when you add them up over the course of that weekend. That was a $30 weekend for test strips.
It's like one little hiccup leads to a whole lot of lost progress.
Just little, just the pain, and then that it's just adds up.
Yeah.
And so there's so that's all. So that was my weekend, and hopefully Dexcom gets their act together and gets that stuff shipped accordingly. But he's 4.
Consider yourselves, Dexcom, the friendliest call out you could think of.
The
friendliest call out, because there's a lot of parents would have a lot less kind things to say about that sort of situation.
I'm pissed about it, and it's not fun, and it's frustrating to go, why can't we just get 2?
Yeah.
Insurance is covering it. Why can't we just get 2? Well, and what they want is to make sure, they're like, well, give us that one back, because then we want to be able to find out why it just broke, because it was a month ago. It's only a month old. They usually last about 6 months. So to be less than 4 weeks and have it break, just stop weird. Transmitting, it's not good. So anyway, and this is the 3rd time we've had to do this in 18 months, in case you guys are wondering.
So can you pick like a different company?
There are, but it's whether or not our insurance company will cover the other companies. And the Dexcom G5, as it's called, is realistically one of the best at the market right now. And so, we're already getting the nicest one. So anything less may or may not be kind of a downgrade or a sidestep to it. So that's the hardest part.
So I'm sure many of the diabetics in the audience can relate.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that was my weekend.
Yeah. So, Downer.
What'd you do?
I made some money at least.
Yeah, actually detailed. You made some money.
And I had a birthday party. I got to eat a birthday cake.
Yeah, there was actually a lot of good stuff.
And some ice cream and some pizza.
Doing good. Well, on my front, I got a lot of adult things done. Just basic hey, let me get all these ducks in a row.
He literally
if I
had
wanted
ducks
to,
in his backyard.
Yeah, you never know. Actually, we have a lot of doves, but that's besides the point. You can hear them. When you
He got his doves in a row.
Yeah, I got my doves in a row. Any rate, mostly just, balancing things out, looking like, okay, I could do this. And, if I ever want to look for another car in the future, never know. Could do something
Got
fun.
his ducks in a row for another car.
I'm not saying I'm doing it right now. I'm just saying,
there's a C10 tube truck out there that Dane was hiding
Something
and didn't want
tells me I can't afford that thing.
Didn't want to come out and look at it.
So, any rate.
They only want about $200,000 for it.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dane's
cool.
Very affordable.
Yeah.
We're trying to get your dad to buy it.
Well, for what it is. Very reasonable. Anyway, what I did was basically a whole lot of, that kind of stuff. But, I still can't lift a lot of things. I'm still under that weight restriction and everything for, them guts.
Which, by the way, you look skinny.
Thank you. I have been eating a lot healthier, haven't been eating nearly as much fast food.
Yeah.
Just generally, stuff like this.
I always look forward to
I think
surgery.
Generally, though, so let's fix that statement. I haven't been eating nearly as much fast food. I think if you were to cut all fast food out of it, I think that would be the ultimate
Well,
lifestyle
put it this
change.
way. Out of the last 3-4 weeks, I've had fast food like 3 or 4 times, whereas I would usually have it 4 times a week.
Okay.
So that is a significant difference by my standards. So that's a big
and you're
difference.
You're getting more of these meal replacement shakes.
Yeah, I'm
actually
actually. This is a tip to anybody. Eat throughout the day. Be like Anthony. Don't stop eating, but at the same time, like, keep it smaller portion sizes, and don't wait till you're full to stop eating. Like, kind of, know when you're getting there. Pace yourself.
Yeah.
It's being more reasonable.
Do you drink
about
a glass of water before every meal?
I drink a lot of water. I don't quite time it before every meal, but I do drink a lot of water now.
You need to eat for speed and comfort. So
that's how I've always eaten, is speed and comfort.
Yeah. Well, he's all about efficiency.
Well, my rule is eat now, taste it later.
Yeah. See, I don't feel that. I'm not.
I don't need to taste it.
I want to.
If it tastes good, I'll remember it when I'm done eating.
Well, we found out that our newest employee, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Right. Actually doesn't taste food either.
Right.
He actually just
hoovers it into his mouth.
Well,
yeah, that was insane.
But it's actually next level to what you even do, because like when we all went out last week, I saw him. I just saw fingers in his mouth. Right after we had just gotten our plates, set down in front of us, and I looked. I'm like, "Where's your burger?" And he was like, "Oh,
it's in my
I
stomach."
kid you not, his burger was gone. Anthony had taken one bite out of his. There was literally one bite out of Anthony's.
Anthony takes baby bites.
No,
he doesn't have a very big mouth.
He's big enough too.
I don't want to like say I have a big mouth. I don't know.
Really backed you into a corner.
Yeah.
No, but literally, like I was like, holy crap, he's really eating fast.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. So, Dane, what else do you knock out?
Yeah. So, I did some of that more basic stuff, and then I decided, I want to treat myself. I want to have some fun. I haven't touched the Miata in months. So,
Did you have a flat tire on it?
I had a flat tire. I filled it up with air. It's a very slow leak.
Did you use the Great Dane Films air compressor
solution?
Yeah, air compressor solution. Came with my Ford C-Max when I bought it.
Yeah, it's in the back. Yeah.
It's in the back of the C-Max.
It's one of those little cigarette port ones.
I love it.
Nice.
But at the same time,
guys, it's portable.
It's portable. It's in the trunk of the Miata right now, just in case I go out there and discover that slow leak became a fast leak.
Well,
but
the fun thing is you should have just parked over here by the big air compressor, because we have filled that tire up in 2 seconds.
It's true,
yeah,
but at the same
Levi
time,
would just pop the damn thing, and he
I
was
would blown a bit like.
at the same
sorry,
time,
dude.
it's actually strategic. I'm trying to get as much fun out of these tires before I replace them, because
so you want them to be flat?
they're not bald yet, but they're summer tires. They're like autocross tires, so they are extremely grippy. So, yeah, I mean, filled up with air, they're fine. And of course, some people are like, "Oh my God, it's a health hazard." Yeah, I drove up a mountain road at high speed last night and had a lot of fun because I fixed it up, and I swapped out the headlights, because the headlights I had in there previously.
Did you get LEDs?
No, I actually went.
Did you get the clear?
I went old school.
You went smoked? You went yellow?
I put regular fixed beam old school off the auto parts shelf once, like the crappy ones nobody wants.
Yeah.
I
So
put
you've
those
got poor
in it.
lighting. Nice.
Yeah.
Like
And
it.
the reason for that is I had
correct, some might say.
ultra bright Sylvania reflectors with halo LEDs in there before.
Slow
But
down.
the problem was they were those internet specials that you find.
Yeah, they burn out really fast.
They were like $40 a piece. And the problem is so you had the reflector housing and you got the LED halo in there. It's like, okay, it's questionable build quality, but it looks the part.
Yeah.
The issue with it is it has that little arm that comes out right in the middle, and it's that like cup that goes over the bulb to make sure you're not. No, it actually just came loose and flopped around inside the housing.
Yeah.
So that's what I had on both housings. So the light was actually not being directed. So at night it was rather dangerous because it was just like brrr, like jumping beams
you
inside
might as well
of a
had candles
tin.
in there.
So when I'm driving down the road, it kind of looks like when you drive behind like you're coming head on.
1920s.
When you're driving towards a motorcycle that's driving on a bumpy road, you
I
just
can't
get
believe
that,
I got
like,
you. That is awesome. He's
My car
dead.
looks
He's totally dead.
So
laughing
yeah,
at the candle
so that's what it was like before. So I was like,
God.
okay, this car has pop-up headlights,
Yeah.
so you don't have to look at them unless you have them up. I get a lot of kids like want to do the for show thing. I'm like, whatever, it's fine. I'll just have them down most of the time. I'm not looking to impress anybody with my headlights. So I got regular old,
Put the black tape on him.
That is my move. I put the X's on the
We
headlight.
had to put new ones on.
I did.
He's
change
taking
out the
any
light.
light that is actually being shown out through there.
Dude,
now
I
it's
grew
blocked by
cutting it out.
I grew up on Herbie the Love Bug. Like that's my favorite thing. It's just like the X's on the eyes.
man.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm a weirdo. Don't whatever.
Yeah.
They're cheap housings.
That's awesome.
It works.
No,
it's
that's
fine.
great.
I put them on there, and I'm
It's
like,
fun.
I will have functional light. And by the way, the X doesn't hurt the
Yeah.
actual beam pattern at all. It's
That's
fine.
sweet.
If anything, the headlights I found out last night on a mountain road in the
Actually
dark
work?
actually work,
Nice.
and it was functional. When I got to the top of Bogus there, because I drove up the mountain road, had a lot of fun. I should have checked my fuel level before I went up the mountain.
You run out of gas when you got to the top.
No,
of
but I literally decided to just coast without using my engine down most of the mountain on the way back down because
turn the car off and just power.
no,
like,
don't turn the car
no power
off because then
steering?
you lose your power brakes. The power steering in the car, I'm surprised. The car is devoid of most features. Like
Yeah.
there's no power windows, there's no power locks, there's no cruise control. It's very, very basic, and yet it still has power steering. So, it's
You can get rid
nice.
of
I'm
that
not going
for
to get
you
rid
if
of
you
that.
want.
So I'm leaving it.
Pretty easy.
It's all right.
Just let all the fluid
But
out.
no, it was super fun, and yeah, those tires are probably on their last legs. But I like
What are
them
you gonna
because
get when you get next?
they're for drifting.
What are you
I
gonna get
can-
on the next?
I could drifty
ones?
drift in them.
What kind of tires are you thinking of? Sport cups.
On that thing,
They're
it's
only what, a 15-inch wheel?
it's a 15x7. So I mean,
piece of cake. Those would be
yeah.
cheap.
But
Should
at the
get what
same-
Anthony has on the Evo.
the problem is I put tires
Vulcan.
on the
Yes,
car
Firehawks.
that cost more than the car
Firehawks.
did.
Yeah,
It's a $1,200 car. I'm not.
I
putting
know.
on-
I'm just saying, get $1,200 worth of tires on it.
that
Pretty
doesn't-
impressive.
Yeah, I don't know about that. No, so I'll go light on it, but I want to just keep like summer type tires on it
Yeah.
anyway because I'm not.
Well, you
I'm
can't
not
drive
driving it in the winter too much. I did drive it in the winter in the
You
past
should get
when it
studs
wasn't
on it.
lowered.
You should get studs on it and see what it does this winter.
Well, if you look up a company called Paco, they actually do lift kits for Miatas.
I know. You and I have.
They're very
you and I have had
popular
lots of great discussions about
with a few
lifted
people.
Miatas.
Yeah, it's true. I mean,
So-
most people who look up lifted Miata are going to find like Gingium videos or something
Yeah.
when they go looking. But any rate, way off topic. So that's what I did. I had fun
Nice.
last night. Took a nice little picture. Put it up on Instagram. Look pretty.
Nice.
You almost can't tell that it's a rattle can paint job and there's dents in it and it's a rough car. By the way, the reason I got it all fixed up was I had the plan. Hey, I'm going to bring it to work tomorrow, but let me get it dirty first. Perfect opportunity. Go drive up Bogus, get the thing filthy.
You should have
bring it
kept
back
going
down.
past into the dirt and got it really dirty.
I did.
Good work.
Actually, I hit a dip so hard that my front chin splitter actually went and plowed into the dirt. Like it actually picks them up and over. So
All right.
that'll be fun.
Oh,
But at any rate, I got the car nice and dirty because people always complain on internet detailing videos. My God, this car's not.
It's all right.
It's
gonna
not
look-
dirty. It's got to be. It's got to be filthy.
On the Jeep, they said the same thing when we did that Jeep foam video.
And
they
that truck
said that car's
was
not
dirty.
Can't believe you guys are foaming and not like a clean car.
But you know what? The people who do that, I'm sorry, I'm calling you out right now. Those are the same people who like go out in negative 20 degrees and they're from some like slightly cold place, and then they go out with like people who aren't natives and they're looking around like, I'm not cold. You cold? I'm not cold. And it's just like, it's a stupid, I'm sorry, I'm going to say it, dick measuring contest for people who are trying to show off
Damn,
how
with the
not
salty
affected they
language.
are by temperature or, oh my God, it's not dirty enough. Yeah, no, I get a little salty about that because it's obnoxious. I'm sorry, I'm calling you out.
There you
People
go.
who do that are obnoxious.
There
It's
you go.
better to live life in the 7-inch average zone. Am I right?
Wow, that just took it.
I don't think that's what he
anyway,
meant.
All
I don't
right,
think
that's
that's
not
what
what
he
he meant by
Holy
that.
cow.
Okay, sorry.
All
right,
right.
let's
So,
keep,
Morgan.
And on that note, that was my weekend, was fixing that up and getting it dirty for today so we could do some brake buster demos, we could do some other stuff, have some fun with it.
So
you know.
before Morgan, you start, I just wanted to show you this part of the Fisherman's Friend bag that has a
peels-
Ziploc
it's just
seal
Ziploc.
that is
You just-
keeps it
you
fresh.
just,
Except now it's like
Yeah.
Morgan,
that up.
Morgan
Morgan's
opened
new
the
here,
wrong-
obviously.
wrong
You
side
all
of the
sat there
Fisherman's
watching me for 5 minutes try and open that.
I didn't. I wasn't. I was on my phone.
for those who are just listening, Morgan is
I apologize.
bordering on being a little bit sick. So
It's
we
all right.
thought give her some Fisherman's
So
Friend,
they
maybe
saw-
and it didn't work.
head it off at the past.
Well, no,
Nothing
she.
changed.
It's because you didn't go for the original.
I'm not eating that.
Serious.
I'm sorry,
I
original
truly
is an
believe
acquired taste.
They
No.
should all be the same.
Original is
Different
perfect for sickness, or this cherry Fisherman's Friend.
Okay, give
We
me
know
the
Luke
cherry one.
Bergey's in the audience,
Luke.
also sucking on a fisherman's friend.
Call
We
it
know
in.
you're out
Tell
there,
us
Luke.
about the
Good old
Fisherman's
Luke.
Friend and how great they are.
Yep. Give us a review.
Just
We're talking
yeah,
about
no,
Fisherman's
it's gonna be
Friend.
just go in. It's like
Just
ripping
cherry,
the Band-Aid off.
it's Morgan, I put mine in my mouth. It tastes fine.
I hate them.
They are an acquired taste. Yes,
All right,
fisherman
Morgan,
friends
what'd
are
you
not
do
for the
this
faint of
weekend?
heart.
So let's see.
You came to my house.
Yeah, Friday we got off. We finished all of our exciting filming, whatnot, and then I had to run to Levi's house to pick up the Nano, the little mini guy.
Got the Nano iBrid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the intention of that was to polish and ceramic coat my friend's wheels, which still did happen, but it didn't happen Friday night. But I started practicing on mine because my wheels were also really dirty and probably not on the spectrum of shiny, really.
Yeah.
They were really...
Trying to bring it back.
Yeah, normally I do switch wheels in the winter so that doesn't happen, but there wasn't enough snow, so I was like, you know.
You really held off to the last minute switching.
Yeah, it's not the snow, though. It's the de-icers
It's
that
just
cause the damage.
Yeah, well, and I don't wash my car as much
Yeah.
in the winter because
Yeah.
it's freezing and yeah. But so I picked up that, started practicing on my wheels, and then they were supposed to come stop by. So I pulled my car back out of the garage and waited for them to get to my house.
Yeah.
And they were at Fast Lanes, which is like an indoor go-kart.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fast, whatever.
Great time.
Yeah, so I was waiting
Love
for them
that.
to come back from there, and then they never ended up coming because they stayed too late. And I was like, okay, well, it's like midnight. I'm not doing this.
Yeah, I wouldn't be doing that either.
So
No.
I was like, okay, well, I guess you can come tomorrow. So then Saturday, I got my hair cut, which is actually a big move because
your hair was getting pretty long.
I actually, it's not really something I'm proud of, but since before I started 8th grade, I've had one haircut after that.
Whoa.
Because they messed it up, and
You're like Anthony.
and I had a really long.
He only trusts his mom to cut his hair.
That's true.
Well,
Christina's
maybe-
a saint.
Maybe she just needs to cut my hair, but this lady literally cut my hair off to like here
Ooh.
before, and it scarred me for life. So then I didn't get another one until maybe like my freshman year of college, somewhere around there. So like all throughout high school, I never cut my hair, but so I got a haircut on Saturday.
Nice.
Which was a big move.
Impressive. Congratulations.
Yeah. So I did that. Great. I was finally brave enough to let them actually cut like 3 or 4 inches off, so it's kind of short, which is weird. But so I did that, and then I went back to my house, finished practicing on my wheels.
Looked pretty awesome.
Yeah.
The wheels, I know, they're so shiny. Yeah, it looks really
Nice.
good.
What do you think about the iBrid? How was the user experience
Yeah,
with
'cause
that?
you got
for
it from him,
polishing
so-
lips?
Yeah. I liked it. I'm really glad that I had it because before, any time that I was polishing them, I was using like those little cone drill attachment things.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
And some metal polish that I definitely got from Home Depot.
Mhm.
So moving from that to a Rupes polisher and Optimum metal polish was like a whole different world.
Yeah.
So and I actually compared it because I was like, I wonder, how these two metal polishes are gonna, stand head
Well,
to
yeah,
head.
you hadn't used Optimum metal
Mm-mm.
polish
Yeah.
before,
Mm-mm.
so
So I did use, and I don't know what it was even, what the brand even was, but it was literally just for like appliances and
Mhm.
whatnot. It was a metal polish, but it wasn't like made
Probably
for,
using
Right?
it's called
Barkeeper's Friend.
Barkeeper's Friend.
Yeah.
For stainless.
But Barkeeper's Friend does work fantastic. I use it on my cymbals at home.
I was
my
gonna say
drums.
that's usually meant for like hand polishing, though, isn't
Yeah,
it?
correct. Oh yeah, because it's strong. It's abrasive. Yeah, it's very abrasive.
I'm just trying to imagine
Not
using
use
Well,
that
it's
that
more
with a
for
machine.
brushed, like
Um,
stainless steel and like.
yeah, you can use it on stainless.
It's already got marks in
You
it.
can use it. There's actually
Is
certain.
it wadding cloth?
certain
Have you ever
ones
tried wadding
can't
cloth?
use it on.
It's a jar
No.
with like what looks like cotton in it. And you just pull a chunk out, but it's
Mm-mm.
embedded with a cleaning agent, and you can use that to clean metal.
You just
Doesn't hurt
compound
great.
up some steel wool there.
Yeah,
just,
you put
know,
compound on steel wool.
and then just you can really kick some butt.
But metal polish in a towel is much. Optimum metal polish alone with a towel, microfiber towel does.
And for the
wonders.
fact that Optimum metal polish does leave your wheels protected.
Yeah.
as
That's
well.
true.
because there is a sealant inside there that leaves them feeling nice and slick and need water.
Yeah.
Nice.
So anyway, so your friends came over. Did they actually? What'd they think?
Well, they had to leave again, so they didn't stick around while I was finishing.
Are you sure these are friends?
Yeah,
Because
it sounds more like they're clients who really
he's about to move
care
to Texas,
Okay.
so he's trying to like hang out with all of his friends and say goodbye to everybody before he leaves. So he was trying to get a lot of stuff done in a small amount of time. So I was like, just leave your car here, like I'll just do it, and then you can come pick it up later or whenever you're done with whatever you're doing. So I got that done, and it was weird because he had 2 lips that were from work, and they were already coated or already there was some seal something on them from their factory. So those ones I didn't even have to polish because they were already really
nice.
Yeah, they didn't have any like etching into them or anything like that. But then 2 of them I did have to. So it was cool seeing the difference of like the ones that were protected versus the ones that weren't. So I just polished them and then coated them, and then he came and picked them up, and they looked so good.
Nice. That's pretty rad.
That's pretty much what you did with your weekend then?
Yeah, it took a while because I wanted to like go slow and figure out and everything. So
yeah.
Nice.
Heck yeah. Right on. Let's give it up for Morgan there.
Wow.
That was.
See, this is the thing. It's like
guys,
it's
if
a
you're
process.
wondering,
We want to
but
warm
if
up
you're-
Morgan, get her used to talking.
But if you
here.
want to see what Morgan did on the wheels, go to Morgan Details
That's right.
on Instagram, and you can see where she posted the wheels and what they look like. So wheels are something that's hard. Metal alone, like I don't like doing metal.
It's a different animal.
You don't got to tell me twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember Chad
totally
working on the leading edge of those plane wings and stuff. We got some videos going way back to that.
Well, and Anthony and I've always talked about, like, when we did engine number 4 at Air Force One.
Yeah.
Like, that was...
You don't got to tell me twice.
You got a 3401 in your hands up above your head.
holding it over your hand while you're sitting inside an engine, aircraft engine.
And it's all just falling back on
No,
you.
but
as
even
you're
when I
working.
was detailing, and I'd get, like, semi-trucks that would come in and go, hey, we want you to polish the tanks.
Yep.
Hey, polish our wheels. Hey, like, that was the one thing in detailing that I disliked more than anything was metal polishing.
Makes sense.
It's one of the biggest things. Like, I don't know if I don't think I have the patience for it. Is the biggest thing. A lot of people do, but that's just not me.
Yeah.
So anyway, Anthony, you worked on one of the largest vehicles ever made this weekend.
I did
and
indeed.
you brought your little brother with you.
I did indeed, Mr. Levi Gates. These are all true things that you're throwing out there. So Friday night, so after we all departed, everybody went their ways. I had a Redbox movie that I had rented several days prier.
Oh, so you were late.
Hold up, he's still using Redbox.
Redbox?
So
you had to get that
Okay,
back
Grandpa.
to the nearest.
Yeah.
was
have
so it was
a
a
DVD
Redbox
player?
movie. It was the Robin Hood, right?
Wow, even garbage movie.
So I
on top
rented
of
that
Oh,
on
wait a second. I didn't catch a what?
Robin Hood, the new one.
Oh, the one where he's like got the Gucci vest or whatever.
exactly. The
weird
very nice
styling.
stitched vest
Yeah.
for the time frame doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what
so-
I'm saying,
wondered
a
about
crappy
that.
movie.
I rented that on Tuesday, right? So Friday
Wait,
night.
So a crappy movie that cost you how much money?
I think it was $1.79 a night, right? And so Friday night, I buckled up to basically sit down and watch that. That didn't happen, and I still haven't returned it, and I still haven't watched it. So I'm
You've now paid for this crappy movie.
I'm $16 into this movie, and I haven't returned it yet. So that's kind of off topic, but that's where I'm at on Friday. So
You just need like a streaming media box where you can go, do
so
I
you're-
want to rent
so
that?
you're
And then like
already
punch yourself
behind.
so it's a bad idea.
yeah.
So already you're behind and in the hole.
yeah, I'm already in the hole. Like I'm actually just thinking about keeping it at this
You
point.
might just send them an email and say, like, I'm just going to pay for this.
I'm almost into
Because you've got
this-
2 days left,
What
really.
happens if you? What don't you have to like pay for it if you?
If you want to
lose it?
keep it that long, like, you can pay. Like, you
Yeah.
can literally say, like, I'm just going to keep
I'm
and they'll
sitting
charge
here,
you, like, $17 for it,
yeah.
and you
Yeah.
can keep it.
And I keep telling myself
They
I
probably
really
will charge
need
you
to-
$10.
I need to bring
But they
this
gotta
thing
take the
back.
16
and it
that
just
you
hasn't
owe them.
Happened.
The
So that
act of
was-
physically going to a place, getting a physical disc
Disc.
for your media, and
Kind
then
of-
going back. Those
Kind of
days,
weirdos are you?
those days are behind a lot of people, and I realize there's folks listening who are like, "What? I like the whole
It's
tangible media."
$2.
It's the people who want to go back to
No,
final
no.
and all that.
Listen to this. Hastings should never have gone out of business.
No, I think
Hastings
Hastings was
lit.
fantastic. Loved
Hastings was literally my childhood.
It was
I loved
every
it.
Friday night. It was the best thing to do to kill time. It was the best thing to do if you didn't have anything else to do.
Hung out there, you
Yeah.
would meet your
Forever.
friends there,
Yeah.
and you would hang out. If you guys
You
have
could
no,
peruse
yeah, I don't know how to explain
so-
it.
It's like having.
Well, Hastings was big in California, Idaho, and Texas.
It was like a baby Fry's Electronics, like a baby
Correct.
version,
Yeah.
crossed with like a little
It had a
Amazon.com and
book.
a
It had
physical
it had
brick and
books.
mortar
It had music.
At a
It
coffee
had
shop
with
it
a
had-
coffee shop vibe.
It had comic books. It had magazines.
Yeah.
It had toys. It had like clothes. But it also had video and game rental.
It was a
And like
chain.
The
like,
whole store would
they
be
had a lot of
lined with videos,
locations.
so you could walk the whole store with videos, and then like swing into the middle and check out some music. Go over to the book section, look at books.
Like, I don't know how to explain this. If you were any bit of a nerd, if you enjoyed
perfect.
Japanese culture, if you enjoyed,
if you wanted to get a DeLorean model, you could pick one up
Yeah.
there. If you needed to get the newest issue of whatever comic
like,
book, they
It was
had
the
it.
next best thing to shopping online because you could actually physically go check stuff
If
out.
you needed a new set of headphones, you could go there. If you needed an iPod, you could go there.
and the
get
used
one.
selection was pretty awesome too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
The stuff they
used-
had there,
Yeah.
like
and
if you just
used
asked.
games.
Used games,
Yeah.
CDs, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Books sometimes.
Yeah, no, you're
But-
absolutely right. Anyway, okay, so that's what I was supposed to do on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't actually end up doing that at all. Me and Katie went out to dinner, and I think we went out to Flatbread, got some food, hung out for a little bit, just kind of like a date night. So Saturday morning, woke up super early because I was going to do this job, and so this is going out into BFE, out in that client
Out to your,
I
out to
have
that
out there.
secret client you have.
And so he
The
lives
wilderness.
out in the middle of nowhere. And but the problem was, well, not really a problem. This is one of his work trucks, which is a Duramax 3500 HD. And dually. And
Crew cab dually.
Boy.
thing is,
There's a lot of real estate.
you're in boat territory on the size of this truck. It's so big. And so basically, I had initially kind of told him, hey, this is going to be a 2-day job by myself, and I can do this, but it's going to be a full 2-day job. And inside and out, I can't imagine it going to be any faster than that since I'm going to be polishing the car or polishing the truck. And I thought about it, and the week prior, I hit up my brother,
Especially
and-
because you have to travel out there to do it.
correct. It's more
It's
time.
not if he
yeah.
brought it to your house and you had a Saturday to work on it,
Yeah.
you probably could have got it done in that Saturday if you get dedicated the entire day to it because it's your space, it's your.
Well, I'm
you know.
looking at about 45 minutes there, 45 minutes back,
Yep.
right? And I have to calculate that into my work. That's what I'm making, right? I have to calculate all that on top of the product that I'm using on something this big. And I have to say, how much money am I making? You know, what's it worth to me to do this both days and take up an entire weekend? So I thought about it, and I said, I think this would be a really good time to bring my brother back into helping with some details. And so my little brother, he's 20, not so little, he's 22, and he's just one of those guys that he's one of those few people in life where you meet him and you say, hey, this is what I want you to do, and he can do it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't need a whole lot of direction, but he's just one of those people that's just talented
You
in
said that same thing about Morgan.
in
just so
weird
you know.
areas. She's like that in detailing. I can't speak for everything else outside of that. But
She's here because she's a fast learner.
Yes.
correct.
Yes.
So, but my brother's one of those guys. He may not know anything about carpentry. He may not know anything about laying drywall.
You show him and he'll
But
do
you
it.
say, hey, this is what I'm doing. He says, okay, I got it, and he'll just do it.
Right.
So he's just, he's really fast learner. So he's been out with me on some details before. I've taught him how to polish, told him how to clean everything.
Yeah.
Interiors, wheels, wheel wells, all sorts of different things. And so I knew I needed him for this job. And I came over to my house. We loaded up all the stuff. We took his car because I couldn't fit him and all the detailing stuff that I needed in mine. He's got a little Mazda Speed 3.
I was gonna say, does he still have the speed?
So he's got his Mazda Speed, which is really nice, and he's thinking about selling it here soon. And part of me is like, do I want a Mazda Speed? Do I possibly?
Dude, I would strongly consider if I swapped from the
they
Volvo,
are-
just picking up one of those little first-gen Mazda Speed 3s.
Yeah.
I think they look great.
It's only got his car only has 65,000 miles on it.
Oh,
65,000 miles on a 2009 Mazda Speed Gen 1.
That's impressive.
the Gen 1s are the
it's-
best looking. Like the smiley face ones,
and it's,
I'm not
and
as
it's
wild
red.
about those.
And it's red.
Yeah.
So it's a good looking little Mazda Speed. So we
fast for what they are.
Heck yeah, they are. So we took that thing out, and getting out there, basically, I kind of gave him my rundown on what I do. When I travel out remotely to that house, I have a setup. I grab one of the folding tables, that they have there at their house. I set it out and I lay out all of my product that I'm using for that day. And so just like you, I was testing out some things.
Yep.
I was also using existing things that I knew of. But ultimately, it's just great for keeping inventory and knowing what I'm going through. And so it was cool because I got to see him get excited about doing something a little bit bigger than, you know, our mom or parents' cars or things like that. Because I told him, hey, like, you know, and this I wouldn't normally tell somebody. This is my brother because he's, you know, looking at side jobs, and I told him I want to get him more involved in this, and I kind of explained, hey, this is the money that you can make. This is kind of what you can be looking at, and this is what we're using. So teaching him this stuff and seeing him get excited about it and saying, oh, wow, you know, I understand why you would want me here because we can knock this out in half the time and still make a decent profit on both ends. So got them all set up. This truck is a work truck, so it gets used and abused, and it's out on a farm, essentially. Yep. And what we did basically... And
it's white, if those of you are wondering.
So it is white, and it's a 2017. The biggest problem with it is that it sits next to irrigation a lot. It sits next to construction zones a lot. It sits next to a little bit of everything. The truck was covered in hard water spots, right? On a white truck, not a big deal. But it was everything that wasn't white. It was the windows. It was the chrome. It was the trim. It was... The water spots were so bad, he has one of those covers on the back of his bed, right? On the cover. Like hard water on that leather that was not coming off. Oh. And so it was like, I was sitting here like, oh my gosh. And so we pulled out everything we needed, did a pre-spray on the car with some APC. We went over all the fender liners and the rear dually wheel wells first. And just like everybody else, I cannot stand the felt fender liners up front on those. And so I had to kind of teach my brother how to get around that and how typically dry brushing a lot of that felt is going to be a lot better than getting it all wet, because basically what he had is mud up on there, right? Yeah. The mud was being removed easier by dry brushing rather than wetting it down and then spreading the mess.
Because you're just turning it into goo and spraying it everywhere.
And then it was funny because we thought it was all mud, right? He lives on a farm, and he has
manure.
Oh, yep.
So there's everywhere.
There's cow chuck.
It was like we're sitting there, and he's smelling it, and he's like, "Why are you having me do this job?" I'm like, Nicholas. I'm like, hey, we've all had to, grind our
older
teeth
brother. That's
on
why
some things, and I'm the one paying
Earn
you.
your stripes.
Let's
you work for me.
Let's
I don't know if you knew that.
So we did that, and I think really though the one thing that we knocked out the interior first is the first thing that we did, going through vacuuming everything. I kind of showed my brother all the little tips and tricks, kind of like what I did with Morgan a couple weeks ago, showing her brushwork, how to use an APC, how to use a interior cleaner that foams and creates a lather where you want the lather. And where
only
you
this
don't.
time I didn't come out there and blow their mind
with a air compressor. Yeah, we didn't have an air compressor with us, so we were
for shame.
We didn't have a tornador. We didn't have an air compressor, so we're doing everything the old-fashioned way. But everything cleaned up great. Really, the interior, and he's one of those guys that loves interior. I've explained this before. He could care less really what the outside, what it looks. As long as it feels good and as long as it looks better than what it did before, that's all
he's
going to
get it dirty, but he wanted it to just be somewhat cleaner.
But the interior, so we focused a lot on that, and it just turned out awesome. Not only did it smell good after all the stuff we used, but it just felt good. The leather felt super rich and super nice, and we had to deal with a lot of that perforated leather, and so a little holes in it. And what it was, I kind of explained, hey, with this kind of stuff, you don't want to get it too wet. You don't want to get it. You don't want to soak it necessarily. And because when you sit in there, that cushion is right below those little holes, right? Yeah. So if you were to sit in there right after we get done using maybe a very liquidy leather cleaner, it's going to press right back up. And I kind of did a little demonstration for him when we were there showing him. Knocked out the exterior. We did a one-step on the whole car, or on the whole truck, and then after the one-step, actually used Optimum Car Wax. And Optimum Car Wax, it felt good. It looked really good. And what I did to spread it on that much of a truck, right? What I did is after all the polishing, I did a light mist of O&R in the IK multi-sprayer. Yeah. And then to make my car wax go further, I then sprayed the car wax, right, and then took a double twist wrist and basically used it as a drying aid. Yeah. And I laid on Optimum Car Wax relatively thick to offset the dilution of the O&R, because I know people are going to say, well, you just diluted it. I used quite a bit.
Optimum spray wax lasts a long time, so that was probably the right move for that particular truck, especially on a white one.
It was the right move, but it's just the real estate. I can't sit there with OptiSeal on an applicator going like, Mr. Miyagi the whole thing. I can't do that. It's going to take too much time doing that. And I also don't want to spray a bunch of OptiSeal and just soak a towel in OptiSeal. I wanted to figure out a way, how can I spread this wax on here with this big of a panel, but still in a fast way and in a way that's going to look good.
Well, the great thing is you can hit all the plastic trim and glass.
Oh, yeah.
It saves you so much time because you're not having to dress anything.
We did all of that. And so went back over the wheels, knocked out the wheels, the side steps, all that. I think just one of those things that I'm really picky about is once you clean the steps, right, to get into the truck, right, do you save those for last? Because I save glass for last. That's my final thing I typically do. So then you have to think, how do I not step on that? Then you're hopping into the truck, trying to avoid stepping onto that. Then I'm like, screw this, grab a towel, lay it down over there, step onto the towel, and step into the truck.
Yeah.
So I did that. So that was Saturday. So that took up our whole day on Saturday. We started at 9 a.m., and we were finished at about 5:30 is what we were finished at.
That's awesome.
And so my brother was just a huge help. So leaving there, the rest of the night was a pretty chill night. Just kind of hung out with Katie again. And then on Sunday, which is yesterday, woke up in the morning. First thing I did was gave the Civic a wash.
Yeah.
So I tested out the the Anthony pressure washer solution package again, and worked awesome. So what I did this time is my MTM foam cannon. I finagled it a little bit to where I wasn't getting that issue that I was having last time.
Where it was sucking up the soap into the tube.
Yeah. So I went back through it, and really what I had to do is blow compressed air through. What I did is how do I explain this? I put my mouth over the end of the nozzle, blew through, and it shoots air through the other side. So what compressed air wasn't doing...
Poor man's air compressor, me.
What compressed air wasn't doing, I could do with my mouth, and I wouldn't normally say that in other areas of life. So
good for you.
So
you see you out there, and you're running one of the triple action Rupes out there just by blowing in it.
Blowing through it.
Anthony, we've got an air compressor. If it works better.
It's not the same.
I can see the defects being removed.
Yeah, so I got to wash my car, and then I went and took my Grom out, and my Grom just wanted to go kind of stretch its legs a little bit.
It was a beautiful day.
Beautiful day. We had
rad.
just a fantastic day. And then following that, went over to my parents' house for a little Irish dinner. So we had corned beef and cabbage, potatoes, carrots, and then with every family gathering we always play bingo.
Nice.
And the prizes are always just scratch cards. And so played for that, and then that was pretty much it. I mean, that was...
Did you wear green?
I absolutely did wear green.
All day?
I wore
just
green.
for the party?
I wore green all day long.
Yeah. Did you wear green?
Mm-hmm.
All day?
Yep.
I don't think Dane did.
That green socks.
Dane doesn't. Last year, I came in, the year before I came in for St. Patrick's Day, and I was the only person in the company that was wearing green on that.
When I worked at
Patrick's
other
Day.
companies, I felt like, oh no, the pressure's on. Here, I'm like...
Everybody looked at me weird. That was that picture I sent to you. I was like...
Oh, yeah.
Nobody wore green that day, but I came in wearing a beautiful green T-shirt with a leprechaun's vest on the front, and an Irish flag bow tie.
Very nice.
It was a beautiful T-shirt.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to know about it, but you know what I wore?
Yeah.
My new Emerald Isle Dixon flannel.
Oh, there
Did you get a green Dixon flannel?
I got it in the
Are you
mail. I also
serious?
bought an O'Connell bamboo.
What's that mean?
That's the short sleeve, flat like plaid.
Wow.
That they make as well, because they had a code that they had on their site, which was for the entire percentage off the entire order.
And
you know what else I did? I
Yeah.
posted a picture of that on my Instagram. Dixon reposted it.
No, they did not.
And I got so many notifications from people going,
Wow.
Saw you finally got reposted on Dixon.
Wow.
I was so proud of you.
Do you gain any followers from
to
that?
the point that my cousins in Texas, she literally texted me because her husband was showing her how he likes Dixon flannel. He was like, "What do you think? Do you think I should buy some of these? Check out their Instagram page. Look at this stuff." And she clicked on the stories, and all of a sudden mine was through, and she was like, "No way, my cousin's on there." And so then she texted me, and she's like, "My husband was literally showing me these flannels, and you get reposted."
Small world.
And I was like, "Yeah, that's right. That's what big deal."
Wow.
So I'm Dixon Flannel famous now.
So what would you say the quality? So now that you've had several Dixon Flannels over
4
time, 4 of them now.
I love them. They're a great company. You guys need to spend money with them.
Quality is good over time.
It's great.
Wow. Okay. I think we'll have to look into
I've been
that.
washed a couple times already, and they're perfect. They look exactly the same as they did when they came out.
They have a very unique fit to them. They're very slimming.
They are.
I
look very
Sign
handsome.
me up.
I look very handsome in them, according to my wife
Yeah.
and others that see me.
Well, I wore it, and I was surprised that I
know, you fit mine.
I wear
It
an
was a
XL
large.
normally, but this was a large that I put on. And
I wear an XL too.
I felt like it was just a great, fantastic
Very
fit.
complimentary.
So, so if you guys like Dixon Flannel, make sure to give them a like and using the code
Don't give them a like. Give me a like.
using the code Levi10, save 10% off your next.
Don't do that. Just come to the rag company Levi and give me a like and follow me on Instagram. Please.
And then when
I'm
you end
over
up
5,000. I finally did it this week.
And then when you buy one, tell them it's because.
Yeah, and tell them Levi sent you. Or Adam Thurman or Dylan. But Adam was the one that sent me the link and said,
True.
dude, there's a code. And then I jumped on there and bought my stuff. And then
So really, people should be thanking Adam.
I sent it to Dylan as well. And Dylan's like, already saw it, already ordered. And I said, well, here's what I got. And he's like, I've already got everything. So
he didn't waste any time.
He goes, I had to buy some. He bought some bamboos.
I live in Colorado. It's the law.
Yeah,
True.
But Adam had bought a bunch of shirts too. So, but I wore it to church. I put a black tie with it, tucked it into some charcoal gray cords, brown belt, brown wingtip boots.
Ooh,
looking
you
real
should reach
sharp.
out to Dixon Flannel.
Morgan should get some. They have some
that?
women's Dixon flannels, and they would repost you in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Whenever I'm saying Dixon Flannels fast and
saying.
realize what I'm saying, it's always sounds strange.
So I had a friend of mine from church. She walked up to me and literally said, she's like, oh my gosh, where'd you get that shirt? And I was like, Dixon Flannel. She's like, do they make women's versions? And I said, yeah. And she's like, I need to buy some. Yeah. That was exactly what she said while she was wrangling her 4 children.
Wranglers.
Yeah.
Some flannels.
I just thought of a terrible joke I'm not going to say.
I think I know where you were going with that, Dane.
Nope, not saying a word.
All right,
anyway.
cool.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
So
rest of the week we have a busy week ahead of us.
We're going to be working on so one thing we can talk about is Thursday and Friday. Anthony and I are going to be polishing the Hudson Wasp that you guys have seen on the shop journal.
Oh, yeah.
So it is done and finished. It's getting ready to go get. It's going to California next week to be in one of the shows there, as well as a couple magazine shoots. So it is coming over to our place on Thursday and Friday to be finished and get photo ready. So I saw the car last week at the Roadster show. It is single stage black.
Yeah.
And the customer requested that it be single stage black
specifically.
And so that way, in case he got scratches, it wouldn't show up, so to speak, because the scratches would be black.
Yeah. Okay.
So it does need some final finishing on it. And that is what Anthony and I and Morgan will probably, all 3 of us will just get on there, as well as we're going to be taking the time to teach Sean and his helper, the painter, some tips and tricks. They already use Rupes. Sean McNally is best friends with Jason Kilmer. Him and Jason Kilmer went to elementary school together and junior high and high school together. He is the reason that Jason Kilmer got into the body shop industry.
Wow.
So Sean is a really great guy. He just wants some tips and tricks and things to make his finishing better. And he reached out to us.
I love that. That's fantastic.
That is super.
So anyway, we're going to be working on that later this week, which is actually going to be a really fun project to do. So you'll see lots of photos and things of that.
We'll get some video involving the car and you guys working that
Absolutely.
stuff.
So,
all right, so one big thing I want to mention, I held out until this point, until now, to talk about this. I don't know why, but...
Weird.
Oh, my goodness. I think I know what you're going to say.
It's that time of the year again.
It is.
It's Rocktober. I mean, no.
Ambassador Quarter 2 applications open up today.
Today, folks.
Today.
So as you're hearing this tomorrow, it already opened.
Yeah, so it's already open. So for everybody interested in being a Grand Ambassador for Q2, we're opening up the floodgates, I guess I should say, for entry. So again, we are looking for 10 people to represent the Rag Company worldwide. So these 10 people are going to be essentially an extension of us, right? Everything that we do and everything that we resemble. On social media, we look for fun people that are interactive with their followers. That's the biggest thing we look for. We don't
Interaction is the big.
We don't care about quantity. I don't care if you have 60,000 followers
or 600.
600 or 60. You know,
well, because we've had some Grand Ambassadors this quarter. That have done phenomenal stuff.
Oh, amazing!
And they had a relatively small following.
They had a very
but that
small
didn't matter.
following, but they still killed it.
There's a handful that stood out to us.
Exactly.
And we loved it. But needless to say, though, everybody we chose.
But now everybody knows what.
Yeah.
Everybody that we chose, they did a good job.
The first ones are guinea pigs. They didn't.
Yeah.
Correct. Everybody, they brought something to the table, and we really enjoyed everybody that that contributed, whether it was content, videos, pictures,
stories,
offering live feeds, stories,
giveaways,
and it was really
YouTube
cool
videos.
to see.
I mean, they did a lot.
And so, with that said, going into Q2, though, we're going to have that same expectation, looking for the same people that can deliver that kind of media, that content, that interaction with their followers to help spread the awareness of premium microfiber. So we'll go over the perks of everything next week because, basically, this application period is open. We are going to have all the info on the Rag Company Instagram page. So if you jump on there, you'll actually see a post with all the different little perks, and then you'll see just a link in the description going to the actual survey you need to fill out. This application period is going to be open for a week, so until next Monday. And then once that closes, we're going to spend a week actually picking through these people. And so last time, it took us definitely a week to go through all these.
Anthony, Morgan, and myself going through and basically being like, the Voice or American Idol judges or something.
Yeah,
like
it's hard.
It's going to be
critiquing, figuring it out.
You guys are going to have a lot of fun that following week to go through everybody.
Yeah, it's one of those things where we have to sit down, hunker down, lock the door, and say,
which is the perfect week to be doing that.
Yes, it is, and so
because you were going to be doing other stuff that week.
Yeah, so it's one of those things to where we'll have to set aside some time and get all that figured out. But on
that note, I would say just. We won't go into all the perks and stuff now. If you're curious about an idea of it, you can scroll back to our old Grand Ambassador post, which gives you a really good idea of that kind of stuff. But the main point here is whether you know what you're potentially going to get out of it or not, if you're someone who has messaged us, doesn't matter on which thing, asking for, hey, can you sponsor me? This is the closest thing we offer to a sponsorship. You're not going to get a sponsorship any other way. This is it.
Yeah.
So, Grand Ambassadors, that's where it's at.
Cool. All right. Well,
as
Dane,
to also a little update on Ragnarok.
Oh, okay.
Like to thank the new sponsors that have come on.
Okay. Yes.
That are starting to come out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
To sponsor Ragnarok's
They're tripping
build.
over themselves to try to get to you first.
Yeah. So big shout out to Avery Dennison and the Rap Institute for offering the vinyl.
Yeah.
That we're going to be wrapping Suburban in, and big thank you to Mamba Wheels.
Heck yeah.
For getting ready to send us some wheels, which is very nice. So thank you.
Ragnarok
to those guys.
is going to be looking awesome, a.k.a. Fast 5 Suburban.
A.k.a. Unicorn Suburban.
Yeah. Cool. I like it, Dane.
Get it out of here.
I'm gonna piggyback on that, and I'm gonna point out, you guys missed the Volvo series?
I think
there's a number of people who would like to see the Volvo series. It has
the
stock wheels
nice.
on it now. The weather has improved.
The weather's nice. We probably need to reach out.
Yep.
And
so
figure out something.
I'm thinking.
Also, thank you to Koenig for the wheels on the All Day Anthony Daily Driver Civic.
Yeah, I saw that guy on YouTube. It looks really cool.
He's doing a great job with the build. The fan art is beautiful.
Yeah.
So if anybody's a great graphic designer out there and wants to do some fan art, whether it be Dane's Miata, Dane's Volvo, Anthony's Civic or Evo, Morgan's M3, or even the great Elantra, or Ragnarok, we would love to see it. And send your submissions to Levi at theragcompany.com.
Yes. And so this is just like the plug moment at the end of the thing.
I was going to say
plugging
a lot.
No,
of
see, this is just
right
us
now.
thinking off the top of our heads. We're like, what else? Oh, well, okay. Here's the thing. In the comments, tell me. Go on to Koenig's website. Look around at the wheels. Tell me what you think would look best on the Volvo. I'm curious.
Oh,
so,
that's a good one. That's a
for
good
those who want to
little
go
bit of
hunting
homework.
around, just check out the Koenig website.
Has to be Koenig's website.
Yeah, got to be on Koenig, and just see what looks good there that we could put on the Volvo. Yeah. I'm curious what people's opinions are.
Ampliforms would be pretty dope.
Here, ampliforms. I'm feeling like something a little concave.
What size are you looking? 19s?
19 is what I had before. That thing rode.
What about
real rough.
18s and do a taller tire?
That's what I would prefer.
I think we're doing 18s.
I think we do 18s
I prefer
with a taller
18s,
tire.
a little more sidewall.
by 10.5. We're going wide on that.
Ooh.
Beefy.
Yeah,
We could get
so-
some
yeah.
fender flares for it.
Okay,
Dane, take it
so,
away. Take it
noted.
away.
Great, guys. Get it. Look into that. I'm curious. So, anyway, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. As I always say at the end of every one of these, make sure you are subscribed to both the Rag Company YouTube channel and the Rag Company Podcast YouTube channel.
Please.
They both exist. Make sure you're subscribed to both of them. And be sure to follow the podcast on Spotify if you haven't already, or if you have Spotify and you didn't know that, we're on there. So go check it out. And be sure to leave us a review on iTunes, because that does help us get in front of more people. And we always want to do that. So thank you again, and we'll catch you later.
See you guys later.
See ya.